Mike Mayock here on the Rich Eisen Show. If you're the Giants waiting on Rodgers and, you're the Steelers waiting on Rodgers, do you give him a ticking clock? Do you put an expiration date on your interest, Mike?
I feel a little bit like Cam Hayward right now.
Hey, you saw that,
But
right? Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I found that his comment, Cam's comment, was basically he was asked if he was going to recruit Rodgers to Pittsburgh. And he's like, "Hey, you either want to be a Steeler or you don't. I'm not going in any dark rooms and trying to recruit him. Um, you got to make a decision, pal. Let's go one way or the other." And in today's world of NFL detente, where we pray together after every game and we exchange jerseys and we hug and we kiss, I kind of like an old school guy going, you know what? Just stop with your BS and you're either in or you're not. Let's go. I feel the same way. However, Rich, the nuance is kind of you really want this guy because you think he can help you win football games, bottom line.
Correct.
However, only one of the three teams is going to get him. And if you look at the three teams, Rich, I didn't think Minnesota was interested a couple of weeks ago. And it tells me that they're not 100% convinced that J.J. McCarthy is either ready physically, coming off the injury, or they're nervous about his level of play. But if they're trying to sign Aaron Rodgers, and they're going to have to pay Aaron Rodgers starter money, because Aaron's a smart guy. He's not going to say, hey, I'll come in there and just pay me a few million. He's going to demand starter money so he gets starter reps in training camp. He's going to want to look in their eye and say, I'm your starter. If I'm Aaron Rodgers and I look at Pittsburgh, I go, okay, that's second best. I'd much rather be in Minnesota where they just won 14 games and they got all kinds of offensive firepower. Pittsburgh is second best, but not really sexy to me. And the Giants, no way in hell. You've just been through what you've been through with the Jets. Why would you go there on a hope and a prayer? So, from Aaron's perspective, I think he's holding everybody up right now. And the other teams feel like they don't have a good second choice, so they're allowing him to do it.
That's it. That's why you wouldn't put an expiration date on your interest to him, or, I guess the draft would be that expiration date now if you're willing to wait it out for how long. I guess Rodgers is waiting to hear if the Vikings are going to tell him no. Is that this, you would say?
I think something has to break in the next few days. I think he's got to have to make a decision. Teams can't wait indefinitely. And somebody's going to be left holding the bag, and it kind of brings in the conversation we had last week, which I'm happy we had, about the whole Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr situations.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you're the Giants, you're the Steelers, you're Minnesota, you get shut out on this guy. Do you want to go Joe Flacco? Do you want to go Jameis Winston? Or maybe, what's it going to take to get a Kirk Cousins, who's a significant upgrade from that group, or a Derek Carr? And I thought Atlanta did a really smart thing by absorbing the $10 million roster bonus for next year, because they've controlled value, and I think he's going to be in play. So, all three teams have already showed you, Rich, what they think about Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, and all the rest of them. Love to have Joe in the building, but not as a 17-game starter.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.